Today I'm going to show you how to take advantage of the Elementor global settings functions in Elementor right here in this video, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Curtis Marshall. I'm a web designer that's passionate about helping people learn and use Elementor to improve their user experience, revenue, and SEO with their WordPress websites. If you're new to my channel, maybe consider hitting that red subscribe button. These things help you save a whole bunch of time. So this is something that I suggest you play around with once you guys dive into Elementor if you haven't already. Under theme settings, we're gonna go to forms fields here. So essentially anything you do under these next couple sections I show you, it'll uniform it every time you use that widget. So under form fields, you can adjust the text, color, typography, border radius, everything for the form. So let's say, for example, you're going to use the form 3 times, but you want them all to look the same. Well, you can actually style it all under site settings here, under the form fields section under site settings. And therefore, every time you use a form, it'll be exactly how you set it with the site settings. It'll look exactly how you set it, how you want it, everything. So it'll all be stylized to how you want it, all generally like that. So this is a great way to keep your website uniform and to brand, and it'll help speed up your building time and styling time. I promise you that. You can do the same thing under images. You know, if you want every image to have a certain border radius to it, every time you put it in, you don't want to have to go into each of them and style them. It takes too much time. Cut that time out of your life. Make it simple. Do it under site settings. It speeds up your time so much. So that's under images. Under buttons here, you can click under buttons. And this is how you would adjust your buttons. So anytime, you're going to put a button widget out on your website, say you want every button to have the exact same styling to it, this is how you would style it under here. So as you can see, you got text color, and it's got red, and then for the color of the button, it's going to be blue. And so anytime we put out the button, so let's just hit update on here. So make sure you always hit update when it comes to site settings. So anytime you put out a button widget, so let's just add the widget here. Button widget, boom, pop it in there. So now this is going to show you the button, and it's going to come into it with those settings that you have already preset. Now, it does have a different color background because I do have the global fonts on it set, which I'll show you in a second. But if it wasn't active with the global setting on it, global color setting, then it would appear with that blue setting that we've already set. So, but having the site settings, having these like buttons and images and form fields and typography preset for you, like I said, helps speed up the time tremendously. Jumping into typography here, this is where you're gonna find that you can set your button there for body, link, header 1, header 2, header 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through. You can set the text already preset, the typography preset, paragraph spacing preset. And anytime you put out something that has body text or a link text or header 1 text, it'll already have that color and the typography that you want for it already preset into it, all by doing this. And you don't have to do it individually. So help speed it up tremendously. When it comes to the global colors and global fonts, this is an important tool to use, guys, when it comes to branding and keeping your website on point, on branding. Highly recommend you take advantage of this design system settings here. So we're going to dive into it right now. So we got the global colors. So just looking here now at the global colors and global fonts. So we're going to start with the global colors. So just clicking here, what you're going to see is, so for example here, let's say my branding colors are going to be blue, red, black, and purple. So I have them already preset here. You can actually just click these boxes with the colors, and you can set what colors you want. So let's change the blue to deeper blue here. And if you have the hex code, you can also import it in here. You can change the opacity over here of how you want it. But that's essentially how you would do it. So you would change your colors all in here, and you actually change the names of those colors here. So let's say first color. So I'm Canadian, by the way, so we spell color with a U in it. If you're not from Canada, don't be alarmed, okay? You don't have to type it like this. My secondary color is going to be red. My text color is going to be black. Accent's going to be purple. You can also add extra colors to it, and you can change the name, the label of it, change the color of it there. And then you can, of course, delete those custom colors. Now you cannot delete these system colors, these 4 base colors you have. You cannot delete them. You're gonna have them regardless. So might as well use them, right? So have that in there. Make sure you hit that update button there. We're gonna update it. Just make sure all those settings that we just changed are saved. And then we're gonna go to the global fonts. And under global fonts, what you're gonna find here is you can actually set the fonts, kind of the colors, but this time for fonts, you can set the fonts you want to use throughout your website. And so, you know, I highly recommend when it comes to branding your website that you stick with 1 to 2 fonts. Don't do more than 2 fonts because then it just looks unprofessional with your website. So highly recommend 2 fonts. So we're gonna stick with, you know, our title font here. So you can change the labels of all these here. I was playing around with it earlier, so that's why it already has title font in there. So we're gonna keep title font like that name. And just like the colors, these 4 base, you cannot delete. So under title font, let's just use this pencil, click that. And you can actually set the font family you wanna use. So I wanna use Poppins and I wanna use the size for it to be 88. You can adjust the weight, the transform, style, decoration, you know, let's add an underline to it. Secondary title here, let's change this. It's at Roboto, but let's change this to Poppins. Let's make it 51. Well, let's make it 50 there, nice and even. Text, we're gonna have it as a Roboto. Let's make that size 25 there. Accent, you know, let's keep it Roboto. Let's keep it 12. Now you don't have to use, just because you're setting the 4 different font styles here, you don't have to use all 4 of them all of the time through the site. Sometimes I don't even ever use the accent when I do set it, just in case I use it, but I usually stick with, you know, title fonts, secondary, or it's like a navigation font, and then text. And again, you can also add the fonts, like I said, and then just delete them there, just like you can do with colors. And then again, guys, always make sure you hit this blue edit button here. You can hit edit, just to make sure your settings are all saved. Now we're going to close it and we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you here now why you wanted to do that. So we did all the work. We've set everything in terms of the branding, colors, and fonts that we want to associate our brand, our website to. Now we just have to apply it. And it's as easy as this. So we're going to add a new section here. Let's take out this section. Add a new section here. Single row or single column here. Let's put in the header. And let's go to edit here. So now we're editing the widget. We're going to go under style here. And as you see, there's going to be like this little kind of planet circle button area here beside text, colors, and typography. You're going to see this littered throughout this entire building of your Elementor site here. So with it, you can actually click it, and then this is going to show you your global colors. So if it's not like blue like it is now, if it's blue, that means it's active. If it's black, that means it's not active yet. You can just click it to activate it, and then you can select the color or typography you want. So in this case, let's change this global color to the secondary color, so red. So as you can see, boom, it sets it as red. Typography, let's click this to activate it. Let's keep it at the title font there. So we click it. Now you can see the title font styling that we wanted. Typography is being applied. So it's got the right font. It's got the styling to it with the underline. And voila, that's how you would use the global fonts and colors. Essentially, it would be like that. So for example, let's add something else, or go here. So we're adding the text editor. Go here and let's change it to the accent color, and let's change this to the accent text there. And now the reason why, a big reason why I highly recommend you use global fonts is it just speeds up your process of building and the website. It helps you keep things in brand and to the point of what your branding is about and what your company or your business or what you are about. And also it helps speed up the site because you're not individually putting in the styling for it. Therefore, there's not that extra code that the website will have to read over to load the website for somebody. And by having the global font system set up like that, it makes it flow a lot faster, not only for you building it, but also for the computer showing it to the visitor. So, but that also helps you increase your SEO and ranking on Google. So I recommend using the global fonts settings for that. And again, always folks, if you've learned anything today, just make sure you hit that update button. So there you go. So hit that update button, that's perfect. So that's how that's done. All right, so that's how you use the global settings with Elementor. Let me know in the comment section below. I have a question for you guys, and that is, do you use global settings? Do you take advantage of that feature? Let me know down in the comment section below. How much time have you saved using those global settings? Let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, if you like the contents of this video, I definitely recommend you hit that like button. It helps me out on YouTube. And if you want to see more great content like this, definitely recommend hitting that red subscribe button and that bell notification so you can get notified each and every week when I drop a brand new video just like this one. Alright guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.